To the Tennessee Board of Regents, the Pellissippi Foundation, Dr. Wise, faculty, staff, and my beloved class of 2020. To say welcome would be an understatement. This moment, the 2020 commencement of Pellissippi State Community College is a bit different, but it still belongs to us. Although we are not in the same room together, we share this moment with family and friends across the globe who may not have been able to join us had it not been for the innovation of technology. Welcome, everyone. In both celebratory and difficult times, there is a quote from an ancient text called the Bhagavad Gita that I recite to myself when I need reminding that life not only requires my full presence, but also my energy and enthusiasm. It states, "On this path, no effort goes to waste, and there is no failure. Even the smallest effort toward awareness will protect you from the greatest fear." For the last 16 years, I've been deriving motivation and comfort from that quote. And now, as I stand before you, confident in our shared future, I see those precious words manifest. We community college students are a different breed. We know what it means to be resilient. We are veterans, mothers, fathers, high school students, and master's students from the School of Life. We have juggled classwork and professional work, family and student life. We have students who have yet to graduate high school, adult students blowing the dust off our memories of high school, crossing our fingers and hoping everything still works. There is so much diversity in our community that is respected, appreciated, and supported because each of us knows what it is like to fight a hard battle and step through the gateway of hard-earned wisdom and knowledge. That is what community college is. It is a gateway to not only higher education, but also understanding, tolerance, and acceptance. We have been incubated in such a way that we now understand the workings of the world around us and can contribute to the efficacy of society. When I think about the nursing students I have tutored, I have full confidence in the advancement of healthcare. When I see my sister's brothers and gender nonconforming siblings in the LGBTQIA+ community, I feel confident there is room for all of us to be who we are across the sociological landscape. When I see the people of my culture, African American students who lift as we climb for education, equality, and self-actualization, I know no hate will ever prosper against us. Even the smallest effort toward awareness protects us from the greatest fear. In my time at Pellissippi State Community College, I have fallen in love with academia. Not only is the world my classroom and the classroom my world, it is my paradise. I am deeply inspired by seeing students awaken in real time to the dormant potential that they have carried out around them. Anyone in this world can attain knowledge, but the true gift is the desire to learn, grow, and change. Learning is not esotericism, but instead an energy. Genius is not born more often than it is created through sweat equity and many, many tears. On this path, no effort goes to waste, and there is no failure, just opportunities to evolve. 16 years ago, I gave birth to my son, Micah, and there were major complications. Micah had acute respiratory distress syndrome from pregnancy complications. As he lay in an incubator on a ventilator in the neonatal intensive care unit, he was safe from the outside world. It was necessary because he was not ready to survive in the world. Still, there was something missing. I had not been able to touch him until he could breathe on his own. When the day finally came, it was a merciful 4 days after he was born. I held him for 27 hours straight. He is now healthy, robust, studious, kind, and hilarious. When I came to Pellissippi in 2017, I could barely breathe on my own. I was bogged down with a dead-end life, overflowing with well-meaning false starts and a need to prove myself beyond reason. Each class I attended and every professor that taught me breathed an essentialness into me that would not only help me survive in the world, but thrive in it. The curriculum and necessary life skills I received were the nurturing required for me to function in society without assistance. Now I have a strong foundation of education that sustains me as I take the next steps in my collegiate career. To these professors, I thank you for saving my life. I thank all the professors of Pellissippi State Community College for your commitment to educational excellence. Not only have you given me an example to emulate when I become a professor, you have also protected me from the greatest fear. My fellow graduates, I not only congratulate you on this tremendous accomplishment, but I also challenge you to continue practicing the culture of community in your walks of life that Pellissippi State Community College has instilled in you. Be radically innovative, yet open to constructive criticism. Be radically kind, but set healthy boundaries. Utilize critical thinking to learn to ward off complacency, and never forget your roots. We all have a home on Magnolia, Division Street, Hardin Valley, Strawberry Plains, and Blunt campuses. Pellissippi would never be the incredible home that it is if it was not for our president, Dr. Anthony Wise, who strives to create a culture of learning, acceptance, equality, and scholarship. Dr. Wise makes himself so accessible to students, faculty, and staff. He pours himself into the cultivation of minds and the balancing of the unique infrastructure of our institution. I am so grateful to have been a student and staff member during these Wise years. Dr. Wise, thank you so much for your support and your leadership. To the class of 2020, I present to you your president, Dr. Anthony Wise.
Thank you, Angela. I appreciate the kindness and the power of your words and your story. This is the first, and I hope only, virtual conferring of degrees in the history of Pellissippi State Community College. It is an opportunity for us to pause and to reflect on the significant accomplishments of our graduating students. Well more than 800 of you completed an associate degree in the most challenging of circumstances. We salute your commitment to finishing the semester and to finishing your degree Pellissippi strong. Whether you are a parent with small children who needed your attention, or struggling with technology to finish your courses, or working more because you were designated as an essential employee by your place of business, or working less because you were laid off or furloughed. This evening, we will recognize the fact that you have completed your degree in the most challenging circumstances, and we will do so by a virtual conferring. On August 7th, we are planning a commencement ceremony for our Hardin Valley campus so we can recognize your accomplishments in a way that we are more accustomed to doing. Let's take a moment to reflect on this particular academic year.
candidates will prepare for the conferring of their degrees. These candidates have successfully completed all of the requirements for the Associate of Applied Science, the Associate of Arts, the Associate of Science, or the Associate of Fine Arts. The faculty recommends these candidates to you for the conferring of these degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, I do, on the recommendation of this faculty, grant to you the degree that you will now be presented. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left of your mortarboard. Congratulations, graduates. Dr. Nicole Chandler will close this virtual conferring of degrees and welcome you into the community of Pellissippi State alumni. Dr. Chandler completed her associate degree in 1994. Her Pellissippi story is a unique one in that she graduated with her mom. She recently completed a doctorate in organizational and leadership development with a focus in servant leadership at Grand Canyon University. She demonstrates her commitment to servant leadership every day as an executive director of the Change Center and a member of a number of important community organizations. She represents the very best of what we hope our graduates will do and be. Dr. Chandler.
Thank you, Dr. Wise. Greetings to the class of 2020. I am again Dr. Nicole Chandler, and I am a fellow graduate of Pellissippi State. My associate's degree was the first step on my college pathway and prepared me well for further studies. I want to first congratulate you on this major accomplishment. Some of you are traditional students, some are non-traditional students, some are single parents, grandparents, second career students, distance learning students. However your journey led you here, congratulations. You made it through the long nights, attending school while working, while parenting, with job changes, managing family commitments, navigating campus construction, and COVID-19. You are Pellissippi strong. If there was one thing I would leave with you, it is this: trust the process. Process doesn't always feel like it has a purpose or a plan, but it does. When you started school, you followed a process with an application and acceptance and getting a schedule, attending classes, doing homework, campus life, and no doubt life happened. And you had to navigate life and school to get to this day, graduation day. And maybe unbeknownst to you, all those things that seemed unexpected delayed your timetable, altered your plans, perhaps even caused you to change your major, were factored into your process, and it somehow worked together for your good. It's sort of like baking a cake. None of those things taste good separately, but when you mix them together, they create something that is flavorful and tasty. You see, it is the process that makes us stronger and wiser and better. And sharing our process helps and encourages other people. One of the ways that you can share your Pellissippi process is through the Alumni Association. Let me be the first to welcome you to the Alumni Association. There is no fee to join. As you graduate, you automatically become a member. I appreciate being able to participate in the Alumni Association, and I look forward to the new ideas, activities, and insight you will bring as we continue to do community service, campus projects, student outreach, and recognize outstanding alumni achievements. I hope you will consider giving back to your alma mater and get involved. There are many opportunities to serve, and you can find them on the website and the alumni Facebook page. Again, congratulations, college graduates, and I wish you well on your future endeavors. Woo!